Recording in progress.
Okay.
Recording in progress. Recording in progress.
All right, so let's begin. So good morning, or actually it's good afternoon for some people, it's good morning for some people. So as always, please practice according to your condition. I will be giving some advanced variations in this class for those of you who want to try, but if you want to back it down, then no problem with that. I'll try to give modifications, okay? So let's just go practice with the intention of offering as always, and that makes it the best of the best and the more meaningful practice. So let's begin. So let's start. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Before creation, what existed? God was always there at the beginning of time, and always will be there, even beyond the ends of this universe. Just tune into that supreme consciousness now, knowing that that is your true nature. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May the Lord protect us and guide us through the practice, and bestow upon us the fruits of knowledge. May we acquire strong desire for that knowledge that frees us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill things against each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's now do the mantra for purification. If you know it, you can do it along with me. If not, just imagine you're singing through the voice of the Guru to impart the benefits of the purification of the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. 3 times, each one, to try to do it all in one breath. Om Pavitra Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pandritaksham Sabahya Byantraha Saji. Om Pavitra Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pandritaksham Sabahya Byantraha Saji. Om Pavitra Pavitra Va Sava Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pandrikaksham Sabahya Byantraha Saji. So now let's start off with Kapalabhati. So this is breathing vigorously to stimulate the Manipura chakra, the navel chakra. And we're just trying to really forcibly just work the diaphragm here. So imagine you're throwing the belly button against the front of the spine. And so this helps to oxygenate the blood as well, and to get the blood moving and to help promote the release of toxins. So it's about 1 exhale per second. Don't worry about the inhale. It happens passively as a result of just the forcible exhale. Okay, so hands in Yana Mudra on the knees. Breathe out completely. Inhale part way and begin. Exhale completely. Take a deep breath in. Lift the chest up high, then hold the breath. Bring the chin right down onto the chest. Contract the perineum muscles, pull them up towards the navel. Bring the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the teeth and the attention at the third eye. Keep holding. Keep the back straight. The chest is high. Slowly exhale with control. Allow the exhale to leak out like air seeping through a straw. From the solar plexus, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Watch the breath moving up. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Once again, from the solar plexus up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Breathe normally for a couple cycles. Good. And we'll do another round here. So now let's start again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, empty out the lungs completely. Inhale part way and begin. Keep going, keep the nostrils wide open. Really throw the belly button against front of the spine. Feel like you're beating on a drum. Exhale, push all the air out of the lungs. Now inhale deeply. Fill up the lungs, fill up the chest, and raise the chest up as high as you can. And then bring the chin on the chest, engage the throat lock. Push, contract the root muscles, contract the buttocks. Pull the root muscles up towards the navel. Lift the pelvic floor. Again, the tension at the third eye. Keep your attention there to attract all the prana and to keep the prana there. Slowly exhale. Soften and relax. Release the locks. From the solar plexus, the source of inner power, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Imagine you're bringing the energy up there to make it available to all beings. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Replenish your supply through your inner source. Inhale right up again through to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down. Throughout the practice, keep on giving of your energy, of your power to all beings, especially those who are who can't practice as we can. And now, let's bring the attention to the crown for mental sharpness. We're going to do the mantra SUM, S-U-M. Keep your concentration on the space on the crown, and just try to feel the vibrations in that region, and just imagine that bringing you the effect of bringing the mental sharpness. Inhale. SUM. One more time. Inhale. SUM. To just allow the last lingering vibrations to filter out, but keep that mental sharpness, and let's be clear-minded throughout the practice. So now let's begin. Come to standing. Let's charge up the body with the earth's energy. Bring the arms up above the head, fingertips way above the head. On the inhale, imagine you're drawing the earth's energy right up through the body, right up to the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention at the fingertips. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down. 2, 3, 4. Watch the breath moving back down. 6, 7, 8. Inhale, use your attention to pull the earth's energy right up through the body. Right up to the fingertips, and then holding it all at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Feel as though the energy's charge was going all the way, flashing right down through the body. Last time. Inhale, pull the energy right up to the fingertips. Feel as though your attention were a magnet. It's drawing all the way up through the body. Then holding it at the fingertips, hold the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Release the arms. So let's now do a few warm-ups just to prepare the body for the practice. Bring the hands on the hips, start to circle the head. Try to see the floor in all directions as you move your head around. And then change the direction. Try to get the ears to come right to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, back of the head to the top of the back. Good. Now from here, imagine your arms are like heavy ropes. And then just go from side to side. Now the arms hit the body, make it sway. And then start to move faster. So really shake the shoulders. The arms are like they're dead. Just hanging by the body and moving with the body. And start to slow it down. And now from here, bring the arms up. Take hold of the opposite elbows, close to the shoulders, bend to the left. Come up, go to the right. Back to the left. And then the right. come back to the center and just make little circles with the upper body, the neck, the shoulders, the chest, and the upper back. And then switch direction. Good. And release. Shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly. Then up and down. Fly the fingers like the wings of a hummingbird. Good. Now we're going to take the arms out to the side. And if you need to, you can bring your hand onto wall or hold onto a chair or something if you like. And then just swing the right leg back and forth. Try to hit your knee against the shoulder. Lean forward as your leg comes up and arch your back. Imagine trying to kick yourself in the head. Just allow your leg to swing freely. Just loosen up the hip. And then the other leg. Of course, move according to condition. And release. Good. Last one. Just allow your arms to be loose, hanging down. Jump up and down. Feet leaving the floor completely. Be like a child. Be joyful. Jump around in a circle. And then the other way. Jump on the right foot. And jump on the left. Again, a few more jumps. Get as high as you can. And release. Good. Now that we're all warmed up, let's come to the front of the mat. A few rounds of Surya Namaskara and exploring some transitions and flow. So just remember, bury your mind deep in the heart and watch the body move with more steadiness and ease. So make this practice a divine duty to all beings everywhere. Do it because it must be done. Hands to the heart, Surya Namaskara. Imagine the warmth of the sun shining on you. The sun represents God, so do this again as a devotional act to God. Raise your arms up over the head. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that feels natural and keeps the breath steady and uniform. Bow, come down into Uttanasana. Right foot back into lunge. Lower the seat. Come into high plank. Bring the knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Then glide forward into your cobra. Slide forward. Raise the head, bring it all the way back. Bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Again, glide forward between your arms. Pull with your arms to propel yourself forward with more power and ease. One last time, come all the way back. Brush your nose to the ground as you come forward. Shoulders back, chest open. Adho Mukha Savasana, lift the seat up and back. Melt the heart between the shoulder blades. Look to the hands, bring the right foot forward. Back knee down, sink down to the seat. Push the seat in. And then Uttanasana. Left foot meets the right, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back, hips forward. Hands back to the heart. Raise your arms again over the head. Come down gracefully. Uttanasana. Left foot back into lunge. Sink down to the seat. Good. Come into high plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back behind the heels again. Glide forward into the cobra. Lose yourself in the sensations. Move all the way back, the seat behind the heels. Once again, come forward. Feel like a snake creeping through the grass. And all the way back, one last time. Glide forward. All the transitions seamless. Adho Mukha Savasana. Feel like you're doing a dance. Then lift between the hands, left foot forward. Sink down to the seat, lift the head. And then bring the feet together, fold the body in half. Uttanasana. Come all the way up to standing, reach the arms up over the head. Return home, hands to the heart. Bring the arms up again. Go down gracefully. A gesture of humility as you bow down, the head close to the ground. Right foot back into lunge. Good. Into the plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down. Pull through between the arms. Coming up into Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the seat up and back. Sink the heart. Look to the hands. Right foot steps quietly to the hands. Moving away is not distressful or agitated, so as not to disturb the witness who's watching. Make it always a beautiful scene to watch. Arms up over the head, Hasta Uttanasana, standing salute. Hands back to the heart. Again, reach up. Every movement, every posture, a reflection of devotion. Left foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Down we go, Ashtanga Namaskara. And then through into the Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Complete each movement. Be deliberate in your moves. Left foot forward. Feet together. Have reverence for all the forms that you're passing through. Have appreciation for all the experiences, for they all teach us something. Come back to source, hands to the heart. Adding on now, reach the arms up over the head. Remain receptive to all experiences. Bring the hands down. Now chest on the thighs. Join the hands behind the back. Pull the hands back. Telescope the chest forward. Dive down. Uttanasana. Bring the forehead towards the shins. The body presses right into your legs. Straighten them perhaps. And then bring the hands down. The right foot back. Lower the knee down. Sink down to the seat. Raise your arms up over the head. Arch back. Kapalabhati. And then bring the hands back down. From here, plant the hands. Swing the left leg all the way up and back. Three-legged dog. Bring the leg up. Good. Now come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Pull the elbows close to the body. If you can, lower your chest down between your hands. If you need to, you can lower your knee down as your chest comes down as well. Then your toes come to the ground together. Slide through into your Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Remember, nice and smooth moves. Right foot all the way up and back, three-legged dog. Look between your hands. Bring your shoulders forward over your fingertips so you can land your foot lightly and softly between your hands. No big sounds. Sink down to the seat, Kapalabhati again. Raise your arms up over the head, arch back. And then bring the hands back down. From here, slide your left foot in to meet the right. Chest on the thighs. Join the hands. Telescope the chest forward, and again, pull the body down onto your legs. Forehead to the shins if your legs are straight. Arms beyond the head. Then release the arms, sweep them up over the head. Arch back. Come back home, hands to the heart. Again, raise your arms over the head. Reach up high. Go down. Fall with grace. Chest on the thighs, join the hands, extend to the crown, plunge the head down towards the ground. A gesture of humility here. Release the hands, left foot back, lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Raise your arms over the head, arch back, and then bring the hands back down. Feel as though you're a shapeshifter, moving through the forms with grace, effortlessness, with effortlessness. Raise a right leg up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Come forward into your high plank. Again, bring your elbows close by. Engage your core so you can bring your chest down first. Modify again if you need to. Right through into the Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. And bring the left leg up and back. Right away, step the foot between your hands. Bring the shoulders over your fingertips so you can land again the foot with softness. Sink that seat down all the way. Raise your arms over the head, arch back. And then bring the hands back down. Slide the right foot in to meet the left. Chest on your thighs, join the hands. Extend through the crown. Exhale, pull the body down onto your legs. Release the arms, bring them up over the head. Arch back. Come back home, Pranayama. Again, let's move on. Open yourself up to new experiences. Cultivate your imagination. You can only go as far as your imagination. Come forward into your Uttanasana. Slide your hands forward a little bit. Lift the head and chest. Raise your right leg up. Good. And now full standing split. See if you can get your body to come right against your leg. Your right leg comes up over the left like a needle. Straight line from foot to foot. Now come set up for warrior one. Bring the right foot back down. Bend the front knee. Raise your arms over the head. Warrior one. Come into consciousness of a warrior. Bring the head back. Look up at the sword tip above you. Then if you can, circle the arms down. Allow the head to fall back. And then as you come down, your hands plant down either side of the foot. Swing the left leg up. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now from here, open up your hip, downward facing scorpion. Bend the knee and turn your chest to your left. If you can come off your left hand and allow the left foot to come right down to the ground, coming into wild thing. Spinning on your hand and your foot, hips and chest facing up. And you're coming right back the same way. So again, bring the left foot back up into downward facing scorpion, into three-legged dog, and then step the foot between the hands. Back into warrior, back foot flat. Bring your arms up over the head. Be strong and mighty like a warrior. Again, allow the arms to circle down, the head to fall back. Plant the hands down. From here, push off the left foot to raise the left leg up. Push off the left foot, raise the right leg up. Extended standing split, and then close the gap between your body leg, full standing split. Right leg comes right over top of the left. And then bring the right foot down softly beside your other one. Uttanasana. Fold the body in half. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back. Come back home. Once again, raise your arms over the head, hips forward, chest high. Go down. Every move reflecting again, divine love. Slide your hands forward. Lift head and chest and bring the left leg up this time. Good. Again, standing split. Try to pull your body right against the leg. The left foot comes up higher. Straight line. And then warrior one. Bring the back foot down. Long lunge. Arms right up over the head. Imagine it's your sword. You're brandishing your sword. And then allow the arms to circle down, the head to fall back if you feel comfortable. Come down low so you can plant your hands on either side of that right foot. And then swing the right leg all the way up and back. Three-legged dog. Downward facing scorpion. Turn to the right, bend the knee. Those you want can come off your right hand and allow the right foot to come right down to the ground, coming into wild thing. Flip your hips and chest up. And then right back into downward facing scorpion, into three-legged dog. And now, send the foot forward between your hands. Set up for warrior one again. Plant the back foot down, reach the arms up over the head. Then circle the arms down, allow the head to fall back, like opening yourself up to divine grace. Plant your hands down, and then push off the right foot, bring the left leg up. Extended standing split, full standing split. Try to bring your nose to the shin, and to the left foot right on top of the other one. Straight line. And then bring the left foot back down. Fold the body against the leg. Inhale, come all the way up. Hasta Uttanasana. Hands back to the heart. A couple more variations. Just keep watching the body moving by itself. Watch the mind reactions. Watch the emotions, just as though you're the observer. Come down into a forward fold. Bow to the legs. Now plant the hands. You have the option here to just shift your weight forward, come up off your heels, and just come back down. So pulse up and down if you want. Press into your hands. Lift up into a tuck 3 times. Press into your hands. Come up lightly, land lightly. Good. And the 4th time, extend the legs, bend the elbows, right into chaturanga. That's it. Good. Beautiful. Nice, Brian. Come up into upward facing dog this time. Push the chest forward, lift your thighs and knees up off the ground. Imagine your dog howling at the moon. So pulse a little bit, try to get your chest more open, your shoulders back. Imitate the dog in its movements. And then roll over your toes back into downward facing dog. Here, just bounce through the chest, try to get your chest close to the ground. Feel like a dog playing. Here, be joyful and playful like the dog and show the loyalty of the dog to its master. Imagine you're stretching its back just like a dog does. Now from here, lift the heels, bend the knees. Again, you have the option, you can either just come forward, shoulders to your fingertips, so you can just do this kind of motion like this. Or again, you can see if you can keep your belly close to your thighs and come up 3 times. Grip with your fingertips, grip the heel of your palms and the finger pads. And on the 4th time, land your feet between your hands. Good. So come forward. Uttanasana. That's it. Good. Pull the body down onto your legs again. Come all the way up to standing. Hands back to the heart. One more variation. Keep watching your body. Imagine you're the witness. Raise your arms up over the head. Come forward. Exploring a few movements that we did before, but adding on. Bring your hands a little bit forward. Lift your head and bring the right leg up. Again, standing split. Pull the body against the leg. Bring the right leg further up. Now lift your head and chest up. From here, press firmly into your hands. Keep your arms straight. You can either lift up your heel up and down 3 times. So push into your toes and come up. If you want, press into your hands and see if you can float your left foot up. So imagine you're being lifted up by the hips from above. Then you can bring the left foot up to meet the right. Into handstand and back into chaturanga. Again, these are just options. These are just if you want to play a little bit. Yeah, good, beautiful. And through into upward facing dog. That's it. And then here we're just going to roll back into downward facing dog and through to upward facing dog a few times. So just shift between the 2 poses. Round your back as you come forward and then arch your back into upward facing dog. Round your back again, tuck your chin in. And then downward facing dog. Sink your heart. One more time. Roll forward over your toes. And then start to uncoil into your upward facing dog. Roll back, tuck your chin in, downward facing dog, sink the heart. Beautiful. Now just step your right foot forward between your hands. Move your fingertips a little bit forward and then raise the left leg up again. Or raise the left leg up. And then, again, standing split. Pull the body in towards the leg, left leg up comes higher. Push into your hands. Again, if you want, you can just either press your heel up and down, stay with your toes on the ground, or really push into your hands, grip the floor with your fingers, your heels, your palms, and the finger pads, and lift up through the hips and see if you can float the right foot up off the ground a few times, 3 times perhaps. Then last time you can bring the right foot up to meet the left, and then bring your feet down together, Uttanasana. Okay. That's it. Pull the body. That's it. Beautiful. Come down. Forward fold. Come all the way up to standing. Arch back. Hands back to the heart. Stay here for a moment. From the heart, breathe up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Always come back to source. Come back to the heart, the residing place of God. Dedicate everything to God. And release. So now let's do some balance poses. So we're going to stand on your left foot first. Ballet pose to start. Standing on your left foot. Bring the right foot up. Take hold of the inside of the heel. The thumb is in behind the heel. And then from here, bring the leg up and the hand up at the same time. If you're more flexible, try to get your leg closer to the shoulder. Fix your gaze on a point, maybe even up on a ceiling. Show devotion again in your poses. Try to get your fingers until it's the same height. So you might have to lean to your left a little bit if your foot is very close to the shoulder. Yeah, that's it. Beautiful. Good. Now from here, be careful when you release a foot so it doesn't come crashing down. We're going to come into gliding eagle. So control the movement. And we're going to swing forward. And then come into gliding eagle. Bring your arms out to the side. Imagine you're an eagle soaring down, swooping down from a great height. Now press into your left foot to come back upright. Bring the knee out in front. Bring your hands to the chest. Push your thumbs into your chest. And see if you can extend your leg forward. And then lean back. It should look like you're lying on a table on your back. And you can try to, you have to bend your left leg a little bit, soften. You can take your arms out to the side if you can. That's it. And break the pose. Good. Nice. This is not an easy pose. Takes a lot of concentration, but just keep up with a fierce determination. Let's try it on the other foot now. Standing on the right foot. Now come into the consciousness of a ballet dancer. Take hold of the inner heel and raise the left leg up. So be magnificent and poised and graceful like a dancer. A dancer is always called upon to take different roles. Comes into character right away. So in our practice, we're like the role player too. We bring ourselves into different roles and try to be one with them. Now from here, release the foot carefully. Again, don't let it come crashing down. Right into diving eagle. Try to lift your chest a little bit, arch your back, get your left foot up higher. Beautiful, everyone. Oh, it's awesome, so beautiful. And then from here, press into your right foot, come back up, bring your knee up high, and push your thumbs into the chest, Anjali Mudra, and start to lean back, soften the right leg, extend your left leg in front, look beyond your toes. And then you can keep your hands at the chest or take your arms out to the side. Eventually your head is in line with your foot. Break the pose, come back. It's awesome, good. All right, let's try another one. This one has a little bit of playful component. Starting off in hummingbird. So we're going to come down, sit your belly on your thighs, bring your arms behind, slide your right foot back and then pick up the leg. So think of a hummingbird, they're very small, delicate little birds. Make yourself as compact as possible. Now from here, we're going to jump onto the other foot. So you have to really kind of, your foot's almost, you're just trying to replace that left foot with your right foot. Okay, so jump onto your right foot and then switch again. Try not to lose your balance. Try to keep your shape. And again. And one more time, jump onto the other foot. Good. And now from here, we're going to come up into angel. Bring your arms out to the side, spread your wings. Slowly bring your head back. And again, show your devotion through this pose. Now from here, bring your hands down to the ground. Option here to just take a few jumps here. You can see if you can come into your Stag Handstand. Okay, so you bring your right leg up. More advanced, press your foot against the thigh. You can see if you can bring your right foot to your head. So you can just jump here. You can do this against the wall if you like. Just see if you can just take a breath, take a half breath in as you're about to launch. Hold your breath, and sometimes it helps you to come up. Okay, so that's it. Good, Georgia. Good, Janique. Beautiful, Brian. That's it, Kayla. Awesome. All right, keep your arms strong, Janique. Okay, don't bend your arms. Don't bend your elbows, okay? All right. There you go. And then we're going to come down so we can come onto the other foot. Good. So just take a moment to just close your eyes and imagine yourself doing this all with complete effortlessness. Keep practicing, and one day the body will obey easily. So again, bring your belly onto your thighs, your hands behind the back. This time you're sliding your left foot back, coming into hummingbird again. And then jump onto your other foot. And then the other. And then the other. And then the other. Good. And then press into your right foot to come up. Into angel. Open up your chest, bring your arms back. Bring your head back. Arch your back. And from here, come down. Bring your hands on the ground on either side of the foot. And again, see if you can press into your hands. So just think, bend your knee a little bit, push off with your toes. Really grip with your fingertips. Send your left leg up over your head. You can take your right foot to your left thigh and see if you can bring your left foot to your head, if you're very flexible. Okay, so play around with it. Shoulders over the fingertips. That's it, Georgia. Good. Now arch your back a little bit. Try to bring your head forward. Okay, good. Very much like the form back. That's it, Kayla. Good. Nice. All right. And then come back down. So the trick of these is just to relax as you're coming up. Okay, so you press down with your hands, you take a half breath in, you hold your breath. When you're coming into the stickiest part of the pose, that's when you hold your breath, and sometimes it helps you to come into the pose, okay, because everything engages. Good. Okay, so we're going to move on. So let's come to the middle of the mat, facing the long edge of the mat. Bring the fingertips together, and then jump your feet apart. Good. So make sure you're still, because you're going to warrior 2, so make sure that your feet are still on the mat. So if you're sort of straddling the short end of the mat, just move so that your mat's nice and long. Turn to your left, Virabhadrasana 2, sink down through the seat. Get nice and low. So low that when you sweep your fingertips down, the middle fingers touch the ground. Good. Now move into warrior 1. Turn forward. If your hips don't turn square, you can lift your back heel. Bring your head back behind your arms. Okay, so any variation you like. Now from here, lean forward, push into the front foot, engage your front leg to straighten your leg. Here you have the option, we're going to lean back, so you can either bring your hands to your seat, push into your seat, pull down and bring your chest up and back, your head back. If you want, you can join your hands, slide them down the inside of the right leg. Now really engage the back leg, strengthen that back leg, push into your back foot to come back up. Turn to bend your left knee, go to the right a little bit, humble warrior. Dive down, try to get your forehead to the ground beside your foot. Arms come over the head. If your head doesn't come down all the way, you can lower the right knee down. So again, modify as you need to. Parsvottanasana from here. So look up, you can either just keep your hand on the inside of the foot and bring the right arm over the head, extended version. If you can, bring the left shoulder in behind the left, underneath the left leg. Right arm goes over the back, take your bind. That's it. Release the hands. Bring the left shoulder in behind the left, just on the outside of the foot. And then from here, just lean into your left hand. See if you can pick up your left foot up off the ground. So it's sitting on the arm. If you can extend the leg by pushing into the back of the knee, Swami Mittra. So it looks like this. You can also take the foot with your right hand, if you have the flexibility, and then pull the foot, stretch out the leg. Okay. That's it. Then from here, we're going to break the pose. Bring the right hand down. Bring the left foot down. Move the left foot more to the edge of the mat, and then just fall to the right. Bring the right forearm down, so the whole right side of the body comes down. Roll to the left forearm comes down, and then see if you can pull the chest forward, telescope the chest forward. Eventually, if you keep on lengthening forward, the chest might come right down onto the ground. Lizard pose. Try to have the knee so it's higher than the rest of the body. Good. If you can take a bind, you can. Your left arm sweeps in front of the foot, on the outside, underneath the knee, over the back. And then you can take the right hand over the back and hold the hands together. Now release the hands, come back up. Hanumanasana. So we're just going to pull the hips back, lift the toes, and just sink your body onto your front leg. Allow your shoulder will come down right beside your knee, your elbows come down to the ground. This is preparation for Hanumanasana. Then from here, if you feel ready, you can go into full splits. So you hinge your hips forward, bend the toes under the back foot, and start to slide the front foot forward. And then you just kind of pulse, just try to get a little bit deeper into the pose. If you want, you can place blocks underneath your thighs to support you. If you know other variations, you can go ahead, bring your arms up. You can take swan if you like. You can take, if you can, your back foot up, and then join your hands like so, or even take your foot to the head. So those for you who are advanced, who know the variations, go ahead. Now this pose is an expression of devotion and courage and faith. I should say anything is possible. Hanuman did great feats for his master. Now from here we're going to break the pose. Bring the hands, so we're going to start to come up. Vasisthasana, so a few options here. If you're very flexible, you can slide your heel in. If you're in splits, take hold of the big toes, your two-piece fingers. Really press down into your right hand. And as you're coming up, you spin on your foot and you bring your leg right up. If that's not looking so accessible, slide your left foot back all the way behind your right knee and then come up into Vasisthasana, like that. Okay, so you're standing on your right hand and your right foot. Good. That's the idea. Turn your hips and chest up, Janik. That's the idea, yeah, okay? Take hold of your knee. There you go. Good girl. That's it, Georgia. Good. Yep. Beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice, Brian. All right. Now we're going to let go of the foot to the knee. Fills up. Come back to three-legged dog. So keep your left leg up. And then bring it between your hands. Coming back into a lunge. Parivrita Parshvakonasana here. So if you need to, you lower your back knee onto the ground. You raise your right arm up and you bring it to the outside of the leg. And then you can bring your hands either in prayer position, work the pose like that, or if you have a bind, take the bind. Your right arm comes underneath the left leg, your left arm over the back. And then you turn your chest complete to the sky. Left hip back, head forward, and try to rotate so looks like you're lying on your back almost. Beautiful. Oh, that's really good, Kayla. Nice. Everyone, take your top shoulder back a little bit more. Nice. All right. Now from here, release. Bring your hands back on the ground, on the inside foot, and then spin around so you're facing the long edge of the mat again. Okay, so you're facing the long edge of the mat here. Now from here, Prasarita Tanasana. You can see if you can slide your hands, I'll do it this way, you can see slide your hands all the way through and bring your crown onto the ground if you can. Keep moving your hands back and your head back. Eventually you might be able to get your head in line with your heels. Feel as though you're trying to get your chest behind your legs. Straight line from the seat all the way down to the crown. Good. Inhale, come back up, walk your hands forward. Depending on your flexibility, you can either do frog, so you can walk your hands forward and lower your knees on the ground and just try to bring your seat down between your knees. Or if you're more flexible, you can go right into side splits. So you can slide your feet all the way out. And if you have flexibility, you can just come down in between your legs. Good. So again, move according to your abilities. Curl the tail under, try to get your seat to come flatter. That's it. Then start to make your way back. So walk your hands back, push into your hands, lean forward, move one foot in first, closer so that you can start to wiggle your way back to your starting position. Wide angle. Okay, good. Now from here, we're going to come up again. Wide angle. From here, easy to Krasana. Turn your heels in, press your hands into your seat, bend your knees so your knees come over your toes. Lean back and then keep your hips forward, slide your hands down one at a time if you like, just below the knees. Grip below the knees and just roll the thighs outwards, roll the shins inwards. If you feel comfortable, you can either go into Urdhva Dhanurasana if your head's close to the ground, you can see the floor, or walk your hands all the way down. Step on your fingers with your heels. If you're very flexible, you might be able to get your head right to the ground. And then we're going to come back. So you're going to walk your hands back up the legs. One at a time, back onto your seat. Good. And from here, open up the arms, go to the right, Virabhadrasana 2. So if you need to, you're going to jump 180 degrees and face the other way. So when you turn to the right, you're facing the camera. Sink down to the seat, nice and low. Come into the consciousness of a warrior, strong and determined and proud. Bring the left arm up to meet the right. Warrior 1. Bring the head behind your arms. Gaze up as though to say, I'm yours to do your service always. Now lean forward, press into the front foot so you can straighten out the front leg. Again, you can take your position with your hands on the seat. Push into seat, pull down, bring the elbows towards one another, and bring the chest up and the head back. If you feel comfortable, interlace your fingers, pull the arms down, press the hands against the inside of the left knee. Now really stay strong for the back leg, push to the back foot, leaves the heart to come back up, right. Bend into the front knee, sink down, spread your legs a little bit more so that you can come down lower. Go to the left for humble warrior. Forehead comes down to the ground on the inside of the foot. You can lower the left knee down to the ground if you need to. Break the pose, come back onto your hands. From here, Pashvakonasana. You can keep your left hand on the inside of the foot and left arm goes over the head, or you can take the bind. Right arm underneath the right leg, left arm behind the back. And then push your shoulder against it. That's it. Keep your hip low. There you go. From here, moving into Swami Krasana. Release the bind. Keep your right hand on the outside of the foot, behind, underneath your leg, and lean back a little bit so you have more weight on your hand and your right leg can sit on your arm. And from here, you can try to extend the leg. If you can, if you have flexibility in your shoulders, take hold of the outside of the foot, reach across the foot with your left hand, and pull the foot out. Oh, beautiful, Georgia. Nice. That's it. Break the pose. Bring the right foot down. Turn forward. Hands on the inside of the right foot. Move the right foot out to the edge of the mat and just fall towards the left. So you get the whole left side down. Left forearm down. Roll back to the right and get the right forearm to root down. And then keep telescoping your chest forward. If your hips are anchored down, it might not take very long for you to eventually get your chest right on the ground. If your chest is closer on the ground, you can move your right arm to the outside of the foot to give yourself the space to just lie down flat. And then fix your gaze. You can take a bind if you like. If you're flat down, you can take the right arm in front of the foot, around the outside and underneath the knee, over the back. And join your hands together over your back. Try to merge with the form, be one with the lizard. Soon you'll be as comfortable in any body as you are in yours, because we are all one. Now, come up, come back onto your hands, out of Hanumanasana. Bring your hips back, lift your toes up on your front foot, and just allow your body, your belly to rest on your thigh. Your right shoulder just on the outside of the knee. If you're feeling tight in any areas in your hamstrings, send your attention there. Your attention is like a magnet. Send an intention of releasing, and that's what the prana will do. If you know you can already get into Hanumanasana or you want to try it, go ahead. Bend the toes under in the back foot and start to hinge your hips forward, slide your foot forward. Eventually you want to have your shoulders over the hips, so you don't want to lean forward too much. Come back and feel as though you're leaping over the world, over the island of Sri Lanka, just like Hanuman did. Bring the arms up. Take other variations if you know them. Take the back foot up. You can bring it to the head or behind your neck. It's another nice variation. It's a pose that expresses faith and devotion and courage. Good, beautiful. Break the pose. So bring the hands back down, or start to prepare for Vasisthasana. So again, you can come right from the splits. Bend the toes under, pull the big toe with your two peace fingers and your thumb, drag it back, and then as you're coming up, you spin on your foot's at 45-degree angle, and you bring the foot up. Again, you can modify by just sliding the right foot back, behind your left knee, and then come up into Vasisthasana. Good. You can only go as far as your imagination. Good. Turn your hips and shoulders up a little bit, Janik, more like you're doing a Urdhva Dhanurasana. That's it. Yes, beautiful. Nice, Georgia. Get your hips up nice and high. Good, Brian. Awesome, Kayla. And from here, let go of the foot, but keep your foot up, coming into three-legged dog. So right hand comes back beside the left, and then you take your foot between your hands. Coming back into lunge, lower the knee if you like to, for Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Sometimes it's easier to get your knee on the ground first to set up for the pose. You can take a bind if you like, or take your hands in Anjali Mudra. Then spin your body all the way around. Your body is, your chest and face are straight up. Pull the right shoulder all the way back. And then come back from the pose, bring your hands back to the inside, spin on your feet again, facing the long edge of the mat. Okay, come up halfway, bring your arms up to the side. Options here, you can take your hands, join them together, or you can come into reverse namaste if you like. Try to keep the palms, the heels of your palms, every point on your hands together. And then come down again with your head between your feet. If you have your hands together interlaced, try to pull your hands right down to the ground beyond your head. That's it. Beautiful. That's it, Janique. All right. Now, again, options in this pose here. You can stay here. If you have a headstand, you can do a headstand, or you can try to do handstand or forearm stand. You can bring your hands forward and then lift up your heels. Even if you just do them, try to take a few jumps, try to get your feet up. Okay, or you can come onto your forearms. Forearms actually take quite a bit of core. You have to come forward, lift up your heels, your shoulders over. Come forward quite a bit so that you can come up. It's a little bit harder to do this with your legs straddled as jumping up. When you're coming down, engage your core quite a bit when your legs, feet come close to the ground, so you can land your feet exactly where they started. That's it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Come down. That's it. Nice, Georgia. Awesome. All right. And come down. We're going to make our way up again. Take your arms up to the side. Come all the way back up. And from here, jump your feet together and slap your arms against the body, standing tall like a mountain. From the base of the spine, like the base of the mountain, breathe up to the crown, which is like the summit of the mountain. Exhale back down to the base. Be solid through and through. Be shakeable and unmovable in your devotion to the practice. Good. And then come down onto your knees. Shilshasana, headstand. So I think everyone knows how to get to headstand here, right? So go ahead into your headstand. Any variation you like. If when you make it up, if you have a lotus, you can come into your lotus pose. If you looking for something different, you can try, do you know Nirlambasana, Georgia? You can, or anyone, you can take your fingertips in front of your head and see if you can come up. So this is a nice one here. And then you can come into your lotus if you like, or whatever you like. Okay, so it's another option that you can try. Once you arrive, be very still. Leave the body by itself. Continue to be like the witness watching everything. That's it, Kayla. Good. Kayla, do you know teddy bear? If it's okay on your head, You can try teddy bear, okay? Like if it's not too, so you come as you were and walk your feet forward. You have to have your hips over your shoulders. If they're back here, it's going to be hard to come up. So walk your feet close to your shoulder, so your hips are over your shoulders, and then just press your shins against your elbows and see if you can bring your feet up. You can do this one too as well, okay? So you can try that one. That's it. It's a pretty comfortable pose, actually. How you doing, Brian? Good. Good, beautiful, Janique. Nice line. Awesome. All right, now I invite you to move your legs around. So just start to straddle your legs or bring one from the other and just keep on moving your legs around. Swivel, twist a little bit and try to keep steady. So don't let your attention waver. Keep your attention fixed on maybe on the space between your eyebrows. So just try to keep your balance, okay? Brian, if you want to go into Kundinyasana or side crow, you know those variations. I think you do those probably, right? So you can do those as well. So from here, you straddle your legs, you swing all the way to one side, and you land your arm on your leg on the opposite arm. Come into side crow, place your head down, and you have to really push your seat back to come up and go to the other side. Straddle your legs, swing your legs all the way to one side. So you're twisting. Lower your seat a little bit, land your leg on the opposite arm. Come into crow, side crow. Bring your head down, push into your hands and come back up. So lots of different options here. Give it another 30 seconds or so, if you have the will. Good. That's it, Janique. Yeah, good. Almost, just to twist a little bit more. It's coming. Good. And all right. It's coming. You just have to bring your hips a little bit lower, so you have to tip your body a little bit. Okay? Yeah. That's it, Georgia. That's it. Almost very, very close. Okay, so now let's relax in child's pose. It's coming close. So just I'll demonstrate again. Okay? So I find it easier to straddle the legs first. Swing your legs all the way to one side. And then you have to bring your hips up. So give yourself space so you can maneuver your leg, and then you can bring your other leg forward. And then you bring your head down, push into your arms, and come back up. Okay, so just something to try. Homework for the next time. Okay, all right. So let's come into shoulder stand now. So any way you like to come to Shavangasana, go ahead. You can come in from the front, you can come in from the back, like roll onto your back, come up, or you can try to come from the front. So that's what you're working on, Georgia, I think, right? Your arms in front, you bring your head down, and you can lift your elbows up a little bit. So you have to come forward. Walk your feet forward towards your shoulders until you can bring your feet down. And then come up there. So you have to keep pressing into your hands the whole time very firmly. Bring your hands a little bit behind your head. That's it. And once you're in shoulder stand, again, you can take a lotus if you have a lotus. And then just bring your attention to the space between your eyebrows. That's it. Bring your forearms down to start. Very go. Yeah, you almost had it. Just you have to move your hands a little bit faster to your back. Okay, so as soon as your upper back touches the ground, that's when you have to kind of press your hands into your back so you don't fall all the way down. Okay? Good. Hold your breath as you're doing that. It's coming. It takes a little bit of practice. It's a little bit of a, yeah. All right, so make your way into shoulder stand. Press your hips forward so you have a straight line from the toes all the way down to the chin. Press your knees up as much as you can, Brian, so that you're eventually have a straight line from the knees all the way to the chin. Good. Tuck your chin in really, really tight, Georgia. Really tight. And really keep pressing through the base of your toes. Try to keep your base of your toes on the ground as long as you can. Okay? Good. Lower down slowly. Yeah. Stay there. Oh, you almost had it. Very, very close. Okay? So you get the idea, right? You try to keep your toes in contact with the ground as long as you can, so you have the time to bring your hands to the back. So before your back starts to roll down, you try to keep your seat up so that you have the room to place your hands on your back. Okay? Try it one more time. Those of you who want to come into Plow Pose from here, go ahead. Yeah. Very close. It's coming. All right. So let's come into Plow Pose. And then we're going to make our way into fish. Bring your hands on the ground behind your back, index fingers and thumbs touching, and then just roll your way down. Okay, you can stay in Plow Pose for a bit, Georgia, if you like. Okay. So once your seat is on your wrist, extend your legs, push your chest up, and bring the top of the head to the ground. If you can do this from lotus, you can do a lotus pose as well. That's it. Other option, raise your legs 12 inches off the mat, charge your legs, breathe very fast, Bhastrika breath. Release the legs down. Good. Keep your head where it is. Slide your feet in close to the seat. Bring your fingertips on either side of the head. And then lift your seat up. Rapidly slide your head back a little bit closer to the feet. And then turn your hands around, fingers facing towards your feet. Fingers turned out. Then take a half breath in, hold the breath. Come up into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Take your head up off the ground if you can. Here you can play a little bit. Lift your heels, rock back and forth. If you know any variations, go ahead. Try to get your hands closer to your feet. You can see if you can come up and then drop back down. So lots of different things you can do. You can see if you can raise the left leg up. And then come onto the index finger of the right hand. So most of your weight's on your left hand and your right foot. And then see if you can take the right hand to the other leg, to the right leg. So if you have weak wrists, it's probably not the pose for you. But if you're feeling strong through the arms, you can try it. And then try it on the other side if you tried that one, of course. You bring your right leg up. Come onto your index finger of your left hand. Really push down to the right hand. And keep your focus steady. Hold your breath. And so you can take your hand to your right leg, your left leg, sorry. That's it. All right. Now come, beautiful. Come down, that's it. Come down, relax for a moment, breathe in, breathe out. And then come up to seated position into squat. Okay, good. Now we're going to start off with just Stork Pose. So you're just going to separate your feet so they're about 2.5 to 3 inches away from the edge of the mat, just a little bit more in hip width. Lift your seat and circle your arms around the outside and through between your legs. And just allow your belly to just sit between your thighs. And if this is good for you, which I suspect is for everybody, you can lift your seat, slide your arms down a little bit further, closer to the ankles. Tuck your chin in and really see if you can tuck your chin in so you can cup your hands around the ears. If that's good to go, you just kind of palm your way back and try to take hold of, interlace your fingers behind your head. And this pull on the back of the head to stretch the neck. Try to bring your head through between your legs. Your arms have to be below the knees in order for your legs to straighten. Good. Pull your head all the way through. Stork Pose. Good. Nice. Break the pose. This was just a preparation for some other poses. Come back into squat. Good. Now we're going to take your left shoulder in, Adho Titipasana. So your left shoulder in, lift your seat a little bit, left arm underneath the leg, left leg, right arm over the back. And then lift the right hip up so your right leg straightens. Try to get your left leg straight as well eventually. Your head is close to the ground. Good. Now if you can, you try to come up with your left leg. So it's bird of paradise. Walk your feet a little bit close together. Lift your left heel. Take a half breath in. Really push down into your right foot and then start to come up. So if you take a half breath in, this lightens you to come up and then try to straighten out your leg. So just wait until you're upright before you try to bring your leg up. That's it. Break the pose, come back down with control, come back into the squat, and then go to the other side, the right leg now. So do the other side. Lift your seat just as much as you need to so you can get the right arm underneath the leg, and then take your left arm around the back. If you can hold closer to the elbow, your leg will be close to the shoulder and you'll be able to get your leg up higher when you come up eventually. Just stay down for a minute. Keep your leg, try to get your left leg to straighten, your right leg eventually as well. And then make your way into bird of paradise. Walk your right foot a little bit closer, lift the heel, take a half breath in, push firmly down into your left foot, and start to come up. That's it. And then once you're up, straighten the leg. Beautiful. Take your chest, shoulders back a little bit. Break the pose, come back down. Come back into a squat and just sit down on your seat. So extend your left leg out, compass pose. So you're working your leg now, your hip. So take your right foot and just swing it back and forth a few times. Now, bring your shoulder in front of the knee And just push back a few times. Good. And then from here, compass pose. Bring your hand down on the outside of the hip. If you can, so easiest way to get into this, bring your left hand under the heel and see if you can push your heel straight up. If you have more flexibility, you can reach around to the front of the foot, take hold of the edge of the foot, and then bring the leg up if you have more flexibility. If you want, you can lean back a little bit. Feel as though you're going to fall on your back. And just keep pushing your leg further back. That's it. So we're going to turn this way here so you can see. Next one is optional. So bring your left foot in. Press your hands down, fingers facing in. And then lift your seat and bring your right leg back. Like a bench pose, sort of. Bring your seat back down. All right. So now you can try to see if you can get your leg behind your head. So push your knee back as far as you can. Tilt your chin forward and pull on the foot. Push it back behind your head. If you tilt your head forward, you might be able to get your leg behind your head. Good. And you have a few options here. So if you have your leg comfortably behind your head, there's a few options. You can either lean forward into Paschimottanasana variation. If it's not quite there, sometimes it helps to come back onto your back and work it this way. So just pull your left knee in and just try to wiggle yourself into the pose. If you're very flexible, you can come up, bring your left foot in, come into Uttanasana, and try to stand up. Left hand to your knee, and come up. So lots of different things. The last one is probably the hardest. So, yeah, that's it, Kayla, good. There you go. Tuck your chin in and pull the foot a little bit more to the left, I think. Yeah, that's it. Good. There you go. And then release. That's it. Just keep pushing the foot back behind your head, Janik, okay? So just keep pushing it back as far as you can, and then when you tip your head forward, it's going to go back easily. So let's try the other leg now, okay? So we start off again. Extend your right leg, and then just move your left leg back and forth in front. And then push the foot back behind you a few times. And then compass pose. So we're doing the other leg now, Brian. Okay, so when you're ready, you can take your left shoulder in front of the knee, push up into the back of the knee. So higher you can get your knee close to the ear, the more easy it is going to get your leg behind your head eventually. And then bring your foot up, either holding the heel or the outside of the foot. And then you can lean back into it if you like. Stretch. Good. Use the back of the shoulder to push the leg further back. And then here you can do that bench pose variation. Fingers facing in, slide your foot in a little bit, lift your hips, and extend your left leg back. Lower your seat, and let's see if we can get the leg behind the head now. So really push the leg, push the knee up, tuck your chin in, push the foot back as far back as you can behind your head, and then your foot will go a little bit more easy behind your head. If you're having trouble, roll onto your back. Bring your right knee in and just keep on wiggling. Just trying to work your way into the pose, or you can try to come up standing or forward in your Paschimottanasana. So again, according to your abilities, according to your flexibility. Forward in Paschimottanasana, or stand up. Uttanasana. And then press into your knee with one hand. Take half breath in and come up. Oops, sit here. That's it, Kayla. Good. Good. And this is a pose where you really have to keep your sense of humor. Just be like a child. Just roll, just play with it a little bit. Good. Nice. And release. Okay, so now we're going to, as Dharma says, we're going to bend the back the other way. So come onto your belly. Just stack one hand on top of the other, forehead on your hands, and just shake out your hips. Imagine you're like a snake, just shedding yourself of its old skin. Make yourself freer. And then when you're ready, make your way into Cobra. Slide your hands towards you and make your way up. Try your different variations if you like. This one's a nice variation. If you start and you hook your elbows, your feet into your elbows, like so, you press your toes against the arms and the crooks of the arms, and then you bring your elbows close together behind your back, place your fingertips beside your chest, you press into your fingertips, and you keep pushing with your feet, your knees might come down, and it's like a bound cobra. Your heels come onto your seat, your feet are pressing on either side of the body, so it's kind of a cool one. And it's a good practice for getting to King Cobra. That's it. You have to really press the toes into the arms. That's it. Bring your fingertips down and lift. That's it. Push, 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 push. There you go. That's it. Beautiful. Nice. And release. Come down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. So now working into Camel. And those of you who are flexible can move into Kapatasana after that. So we're going to start off with Camel first. So your toes flat on the ground. Lean back, right hand on the right foot, left hand on the left foot. And push your hips forward. Bring your chest up as high as you can. Bring your head back. If you can't reach your feet easily, bend your toes under. You can do rabbit. Bring your heels together, and again, bring your hands to your heels. Lock your fingers, baby fingers together, and push your hips forward. Okay. Good. Push your hips a little bit forward, Kayla. There you go. Yeah. Bring your hands to the seat, release, come back up. Okay, next variation. You can try this same one again. I have a few options if you want to try another one. So you can try bend the toes under, bring your arms up. You have to really engage your thighs, so really strong through the thighs, lean back, bring your arms back, and bring your fingertips to the ground. Okay, so from here you can either stay like this or bring your head to the ground. You can walk your elbows in, your hands in, and just try to, well actually for this one your feet are flat, so this is Kapatasana, but this one's an interesting one here. So if you get your hands to the ground, you bring your feet, your head in, and sit your head on the tops of the heels. So it's a kind of an interesting one. Okay, so you can give one of those a try. You can always stay in Camel. That's always an option. So go ahead, second round. Go deeper or stay the same. And just try to go deeper within your limits, your capacity and your comfort level. That's it. Beautiful, Georgia. Good, Janique. That's it. Break the pose, come back up. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right. One more back bend of your choice. Anything you like. You can do Urdhva Dhanurasana, you can do Scorpion if you like, either on the forearms or the handstand version. You can do Bow Pose, Dhanurasana, anything you want to make it an offering. Okay, so just visualize yourself. You can do Natarajasana, it's a nice one too. So go ahead and try something out. Some kind of cobra as well. Make sure you do both sides depending what kind of pose you do. Beautiful. Just watch your body moving into the pose. Have no expectations, no attachments to the results. Offer it all up. Break the pose, come down, twist. Bring your knees together, your right hand behind the back. I'm going to do this way so you can see. Left arm up, and then press your arm to the outside of your right leg. Your right hand is just down the center of the back. Some of you might be able to take a bind. So if you tip your knees forward, really get your shoulder down, your elbow close to the ground, and then see if you can slide your arm underneath the legs. You have to twist quite a bit. You have to push with your arm. Your hand will come beside your seat. Here it is. And then you take your other hand behind and you clasp them together. Push your knees to the left as you turn to the right. Keep your knees together. Option here if you like, side crow. Bring your left hand down beside the right. Lift your seat. You can even bring your ear to the ground. And then bring your feet up. If you want to split your legs, your left leg comes behind and up. Kundinasana. And back down. Go to the other side. Awesome. Everyone did that. Everyone was up. Great. The right arm up. Go to the left. Really press your arm against the leg. Again, you can keep your left hand. Keep it close to the back. Make sure you're not leaning back. Your hand should be right against the center of the back, or if you want to try to take a bind, you can go ahead. Push your arm against the leg against the arm. Wiggle your hand through underneath, right beside your right hip. So with a straight back. And then again, the side crow if you like. Place your right hand beside your left, and then just push your elbow into your
left hip. You can bring your right ear to the left ear to the ground if you like. And then if you want, you can split your legs or keep your legs together. It's all good. Beautiful extension. That's it. And come back down. Lie on your back, Shavasana. Make your way down. Relax. Deep relaxation is the best antidote for removing impurities. And through the surrender of the body, and through surrender, mental surrender and emotional surrender, you allow yourself to become more receptive to all the incoming gifts. So now we're just going to do a few breathing exercises to help promote further relaxation. From your left toes, start to breathe all the way up. Imagine a breath coming all the way up the left leg, then up through the spine, up to the crown of the head. Exhale. As you watch the breath move all the way back down to the left foot, feel the left side of the back getting heavy. Feeling the left side of the seat and the left leg getting heavy. The foot dead-like, all the way to the toes. From the right toes, inhale up through the right side, the right leg, up through the spine, right up to the crown. Exhale all the way back down. Feel the right side of the body sinking down heavily. The right side of the seat anchoring down into the ground. The right leg heavy, all the way to the foot and all the way to the toes. From the left fingertips, inhale up through the hands, up through the arm, through the shoulder, through right to the crown. Exhale back down, all the way down the left arm. Feel the shoulder sinking, the left arm just giving away, heavy, just sinking into the ground, right to the fingertips. From the right fingertips, inhale up through the hand, up through the arm, through the shoulder, all the way up to the crown. Exhale down, feel the whole right side of the arm, the right arm. From the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. Heavy and dead-like, lifeless. From the crown, inhale down the spine and then over to the left, down the left hip, down the left leg, right to the toes. Exhale, all the way back up that same path in reverse, and just any tension that you encounter along the way that wasn't resolved the first time, let it all go. Feel all the muscles just completely relaxed, all the muscles and the skin just hanging off the bones. From the crown, down we go the spine again. This time, cut over to the right, down the right hip, down the right leg, right down to the toes of the right foot. Exhale all the way back up. Any tension at all, any sign of restriction or tightness, loosen, soften. All the muscles feel as though they dissolved. The pull back everything right up to the crown, everything sinking down. Now from the solar plexus, that source again of power, once again, inhale up through the spine, right to the crown. Bring the power up to the crown where it is made available to all beings everywhere. Exhale back down to the solar plexus. Feel everything sinking. Feel that source of power is still strong within. From the fingertips, through the toes, through all the pores of the skin, imagine you're drawing in the best of the universe. Take it all in and bring it all the way up, right up through the central spine, the central channel, right up to the crown. Exhale back down through the spine and out through the fingertips and toes, out through the pores of the skin. Release all negativity, anything that does not serve you, anything that you want to be rid of so that you can make more room for more of the goodness to come in. From the base of the spine, inhale up to the crown. And as you breathe back down on the exhale, back down to the base of the spine, feel again everything sinking heavily. Feel grounded, feel solidly connected to the earth. And just scan the body for any residual signs of tension where you're withholding, whether it's physically or mentally or emotionally. Let it all go. Focus now on the infinite. Imagine you are everywhere, for in fact that is your true nature. Just imagine a big Om that's sitting in the space between the eyebrows, inside of you, inside that area. Feel it glimmering or see it glimmering and shimmering any way you want to see it. Imagine it having all the colors in it and feel it singing. Try to hear all the voices of Om and feel it vibrating, has all the vibrations of the universe as well. So just imagine all those infinite possibilities, those infinite tones, sounds, and colors. Imagine how that would look like. Imagine how that would sound like. Imagine how that would feel like. All is within. And that is like a taste of what God is and what we're trying to attain through self-realization, union with God, union with the infinite, divine. And as God is present in all beings, we become one with the universal soul, one with all beings. So now ingrain that in your mind and heart by repeating to yourself the following sentence 3 times. I am one with God and one with all beings. Through the practice, you become like a sponge, absorbing everything until you're heavy as you absorb more, as you become more receptive to all this goodness, and so you take in more, you absorb more, you become heavier and heavier with all that knowledge. And when you squeeze it out, you have even more to give. So imagine that water that's coming out of the sponge when you squeeze it is that spiritual knowledge that you spread to all beings. That is the highest form of selfless service you can do, to spread knowledge that helps to remove the pain and suffering. So be an ambassador of all that goodness, of all that knowledge. Be a role model. So now prepare to carry that mission out into the world. Prepare to sit up. Slowly make your way back into a seated position. Always moving in a way that is graceful, that is mindful, that is reverent. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace within. Be receptive to the grace of God. This concludes our practice. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.